How do you fund your app? When are you ready to approach investors? Hello and welcome. My name is Dale Richards, CEO of App Creative, an app development company on the Silicon Slopes of Utah. We're on a mission to build apps that change the world. If you want to build apps, grow your SaaS business, and make money doing cool software entrepreneur-related stuff, start now by subscribing and hitting the bell. How much of your own money should you expect to put into your app development? So let's talk a little bit about app funding basics. The basic principle behind app funding is to prove that you can solve a problem for someone else to the point where they will pay for you to solve that problem. So basically, you need to prove that there is a customer for your app. Realizing what pain point your app solves will greatly improve your ability to help potential customers understand the need for your app. And a great way to figure out these pain points is by going through the Value Proposition Canvas by Strategizer. You can check out this link here and watch a video overview to find out more. Investors typically won't invest in your app until you're already in revenue, meaning you're earning money. So they want to see that you can operate a SaaS business with what's called annual recurring revenue, or ARR. Basically, the only proof that they will accept that you can get customers is that you've already gotten them. So what do you do until that point? Now let's talk about some startup funding rounds. Funding a startup happens in rounds, and you are probably going to start off with what we call bootstrapping your app, which involves paying for your app development yourself. So here you're going to take funds from savings or retirement accounts. You're going to bring on equity partners to do the same thing and share ownership with them, or you could potentially bring on partners. Next, you're going to want to look for angels, friends, and family. Let's talk about what an angel is. An angel is basically someone who is willing to put money into your business concept before you're in revenue. So typically this is someone who is pretty risk tolerant. They're willing to put money into a venture early on. They understand that some things could fail, but they believe enough in your idea. They find it compelling enough that they're willing to kind of give you an advance. That's why they're called angels. It's because you really don't have the proof that your venture is going to be successful. So an angel is this person that is willing to come in and put money into your app concept early on. So you're going to look for angels, friends, and family, and these people will be your first outside investment. A lot of these people will want to see you succeed, and they'll believe in your idea, but don't just ask them for money. You want to get them involved as if they're kind of like partners with you. You want their perspective. They need to feel involved in your journey, and they may even refer you to other angel investors. One important side note is that while you are getting funding from angels, friends, and family, your app should be far enough along to at least have mock-ups that you can show them. Having a functioning app is even better, but you need more than just an idea. You need to show that you have put in your own work on concept validation, on design, mock-ups, etc. So if these people can see tangible evidence of what they're investing in, they'll be more likely to invest. After the angel round, we have what's called a pre-seed round. And basically between the angel round and the pre-seed round, you need to launch your app. You need to start generating revenue. And then you start to attract the attention of other investors, typically like investors that we call a family office. And a family office is basically like a wealthy family. They've generated a lot of wealth, enough wealth that they have their own professional wealth managers that are managing all the family's assets. And so those family offices are looking for new investments to make. And so if your app is in revenue, you could potentially be their next investment. Family offices and other venture capital firms are typically looking for growth. So some firms and family offices may be open to getting an equity position in your app early. And this round, this pre-seed round, has the potential to raise anywhere from $250,000 to $500,000. And this money, you're going to use this toward operating your app, running the business, implementing feedback from your consumers, enhancing your app, upgrading it with new versions, etc. Okay, those rounds so far are basically just the initial rounds. Then we have the major rounds of funding. So major rounds, basically these are the rounds that start with A, B, C, D and go in alphabetical order. So you start with round A, where you're earning $1 million a year and you're aiming to raise between $2 and $5 million. Then round B looks for more. It looks for like $5 to $10 million. And a quick side note, you can be kind of stuck on one round for a few years. Like maybe you're stuck on round A and you're not quite ready for round B yet. So maybe you pull in a little bit extra from some additional investors. We call those bridge rounds. So the bridge round is the round that helps you get from A to B or from B to C, etc. In the end, funding is a test of your ability to bring investors and the market together. You need to dial in the investment opportunity with your investors' tolerance for risk, and you need to use the funds to drive growth instead of spending it on things that don't drive growth. The more investments you take in, the more ownership of your company you give away. But you might personally exit and earn much more from growing a company with investor funds than you could by bootstrapping and doing everything yourself. So often we think, I can't give away my company to anybody else. I can't give away ownership. I can't give away too much of my company, so I'm not going to bring on investors. You might get farther ahead financially by getting help from investors than you would if you were to do it all on your own. That's it for today, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you next time here on App Creative.